Yo, what's Papino? What's Papino? Zeke Black is in the building. I'm gonna dedicate this show to What's You Jackin' TV. Just You Jackin' TV. Definitely shout out to Wifey Southern Belle. It's in the building, man. Definitely shout out to Wifey for all the support, man. You know, there's been a lot going on the last couple of weeks. You know what I'm saying? This weekend was a very interesting weekend. A lot of people went back to DVDs, videos, movies. We got some interesting topics. And I'd just like to say, man, that it's okay to deal with reality when it comes to certain issues. It's okay. It's alright, you know? Because sometimes we become fans of situations and we'll come up with excuses and we'll come up with why, but the reality is this is certain things are just reality. And when we have to deal with reality, it helps us in life to start dealing with reality more often. Because sometimes when we deal in fantasy, everything that we do begins to deal with fantasy. What's Papino. Now, this is my take. You know, Jay-Z's been in the news lately. You know, he's suing the guy that, I guess, took pictures of the Reasonable Doubt album, took the photos. So I guess he's suing him because the guy has copywritten a lot of those pictures of Jigga, and Jigga's not jacking the fact he ain't getting $1 out of it. You know what I'm saying? So my guy Jigga, you know, Jigga just being the honest professionals. Now, I seen something with Dame Dash and Jay-Z going through it. I guess they're trying to say that Dame Dash is trying to sell Reasonable Doubt. I don't know what they're doing, some auction stuff. I don't know. But one thing I'm going to say is Dame Dash is not stupid. You know what I'm saying? And Dame, you know, you have this to stay relevant sometimes in the media. You have to do things to keep yourself relevant. So when you do something that you know that somebody, one out of three, is going to complain about, that's going to be in the paper. If it's Jay-Z, if it's Dame Dash, if it's Biggs, somebody's going to complain about it. And then what happens is it goes, you know what I'm saying, salute, it goes to the media. You know what I'm saying? So I guess they claiming Jay-Z or whatever, the RAC or Rockefeller. I guess they had a Rockefeller Foundation. I don't know. It seemed like they had a separate thing that was for the Rock. And I guess Dame, smart, man. So now this gonna be the news for a couple of weeks. They're gonna talk about this. They're gonna complain, and then Dame get to do a couple of shows and talk, say what he want to say about my man Jigga. So definitely salute to my man Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? Salute Harlem Double. Oh, just definitely shout out to my man P, Mr. Sex Money Murder 252. You heard? You know what I'm saying? Go support the brother. You know what I'm saying? He had a lot going on. Huh? Yeah, what's poppin'? I don't even got it, good brother. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Yeah. It ain't much, but you know, it's a start. You feel me? So, but you really can't do that right here, though, you heard? Because they gonna complain, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It ain't me, it's to be them, you know what I'm saying? So to avoid all that, going back and forth, you know, got to stick and move. Yeah, exactly. He know how to stay relevant. He's a marketing tool. He's not a fool. He knew somebody was going to beef, even if it wasn't the media. Somebody was going to beef about him trying to get rid of Reasonable Doubt. G.W. Quinn was popping. Very smart, very marketable, very smart and tuned guy. Now, again, it's about paying attention, right? So now, where I'm at is considered one of the worst parts of St. Louis, right? North side, you know what I'm saying? And you see this building right here? Boom. This building is owned by somebody. And the person that owns the building is making money every week because the company that's using the building don't own the building. So as dangerous as this land and property is and the murder rate is up and nobody wants to move and the property value is low, there's some guy who's not from this community getting all the money. He's getting a lot of money, man. I think a lot of times we focus on all the wrong things. I think a lot of times we waste too much time. We are geniuses, Mr. White Bill, salute. We are geniuses. I swear to God, man, but we're not paying attention to where the dollars and cents is at. You know what I'm saying? So you have to understand what business is. The reason why I bought this building is the important parts with the buildings is why all the crime and all the drug dealing is going on. Somebody buys a bunch of land. Now when you buy a bunch of land, you build something. People rent something to do a business. they're paying you rent, but by it being in the middle of Beirut, your property taxes is low. So it's all 100% profit. So let's say this guy who owns this property is getting $150,000, $200,000 a year. He's getting tax breaks by having a business in the red zone. You can't beat that. You can't beat that. And then what he do is he puts security here to maintain his property. You don't have the money to do it, bro. And I think the conversations that we're having is, now this is what I just said, I'm on the worst side of one of the worst parts of St. Louis. Property-wise, north side, y'all can put North City, St. Louis. Y'all can Google this stuff. The guy who owns this property is winning. He has a business in the red zone. It's all profit. They pay you rent for the building in the lot. So we can do that if we have these conversations. And the reason why I had this conversation for, because Jay-Z mentioned something, how he dropped the ball on the Jehovah's Witness thing in Brooklyn. and what's that, Brooklyn Heights, or that, you know, that the Jehovah's Witness Tower, how he should invest into it. You know what I'm saying? We dropped the ball a lot. You know what I'm saying? It's in our face because I think, again, we begin to try to make correct these stories. You know what I'm saying? Not all, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, as I said, we start dealing with reality. Yo, it's a lot of money, man. Like I said, Dame is smart, man. Dame is a hustler. Dame is like Dame Dash. I gotta give him his credit on that. He's a smart man when it comes to business. Like even with that thing that Kanye West is doing. There's a lot of footage that Dame Dash had at Kanye West in the beginning. Because if you all remember, Dame Dash used to run around with he had a cameraman. So even with him not being in Rockefeller offices, all those club studio sessions, he had somebody videotaping them. I don't know how smart this guy. I don't know if it's just that Dame Dash wanted content, if Dame Dash was stuck on himself and he needed multi-hours of content of showing him doing what he do. But look, it worked. 30 years later, Kanye West does a documentary, and best believe the first 20 minutes, exactly, the Dumbo area, the first at least 10 minutes of that of that documentary, Kanye West, you know what I'm saying? It's definitely know it and choke no exactly his cameraman. Beast 13, he really didn't, because he's not from Harlem, never been to Harlem. He's just talking. You understand what I'm saying? Blast. He's just talking. Actually, it's just entertainment. That's what he was doing. That's all he was doing. He's not from Harlem, never been from Harlem. He's not in nobody's circles. His name is nothing. He's just a guy that's outside. He's a spectator, and he wants to be funny. You can't put somebody on black. Now, if he's from my hood, or he's from the neighborhood, or he got cousins over here, he's just a guy that's a fan of another guy. You can't put a real one on blast, but you don't know. Oh man, you're talking from DVDs. So now, not really. He's just entertainment. That guy's entertainment. What's your Jack and Bill's popping? There's nothing that he's gonna say that's relevant to nothing. What you gonna tell me? Some shit you seen in you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I'm gonna say it slow. We're gonna go back into the story. He's a guy that's a groupie of a guy who's a snitch. You can't compare a guy who snitched to a guy like Unique or Zeke Black or whoever, because we never told. You know what I'm saying? That's it. I don't care what you say, how you say it. Yo, why? At the end of the day, he ratted. That's it. But it's okay. Be a fan. It's all right. He never been to Harlem. But he's saying he's just pure entertainment. He doesn't know me. Never been around nobody that know me. Don't know none of my circles. Doesn't know nothing. He's just going by what he thinks he sees on his YouTube stuff. He doesn't know me in real life. If you follow me on IG and anything else, the people that really know me. Zeke Black's in the building. Bomb. You know what I'm saying? But he be alright though. You know what I'm saying? He be alright. You know, he be alright. You know, these dudes be alright, man. It's just like hip hop. They fans of the game. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? He don't even know the guy. He don't even know the men. Never been around him. Never been in Harlem. Never been know. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm not supposed to respond back to him, because he's just talking. You know what I'm saying? The whole thing is, you think I'm gonna put you in my title and nothing. See, Beast, you came in here. Yeah, I like the entertainment. That's what we do. Bum ass nigga. He don't know me. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. But back. You know what I'm saying? Back to the lab. Because you can't put somebody on blast with you're just talking. You gotta have a timeline. See, that's the whole thing. In your conversation of being a funny guy, you have a timeline. What timeline? Like what timeline can you be hitting at? So this is why it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? It ain't even a salute to him. Like, bro, keep doing what you do. Let's see how far it's taking you, that you keep talking about somebody who's not gonna help you get to the bag. You know what I'm saying? East Harlem in the building, man. That's it. Now, I'll be impressed if this guy, if the guy he talks about all day gets a movie deal and he bring you aboard to be a consultant or something. Then I go, you know what? All that you was doing was worth it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Exactly. So I see that. Again, another... Exactly. You know what I'm saying? You got the blow up dog. Like, are you serious, man? Shout out to East Harlem, man. Definitely shout out to the Hilltop, man. Yeah, he be all right, man. He be all right. He the only one talking like that. You know what I'm saying? Think about that. You just think about that. Exactly. Nah, I really wasn't. I was just, let me tell you something, Beast. And this is a lesson to learn, right? I was just explaining the story of Alpo when he was in East Harlem and how he wasn't like that. Like the picture that you're saying, like the picture that they was painting of him, he wasn't doing that on the East Side. That's what I was doing. What they said about the West Side, he wasn't doing on the East Side. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I was doing. But I see that somebody jumped in my inbox and They got on my nerves, so I had to deal with the facts of the story. He did grease the guy. You know what I'm saying? Don't think those conversations. Definitely. You know what I'm saying? Money D's in the building. It's a dirty game. You know what I'm saying? That's all I was doing. King Ernie, you bugging out because now you're going too far. Talk about that mob style stuff. Like, cause they tried to act like on the East Side he was smacking dudes and deading dudes on packs, and he had, you know what I'm saying? So that's all it was, Beast. That's all I was. So I'm here, and I should have even clarified that. You know what I'm saying? But even in that context, I can talk about that. Why? Because I've been around him. In that same conversation, Duke, I've been around him. It's a difference from me just talking, right? I've been around him. I was explaining how I was around him when he pulled up on JJ a couple of times at the big dice games. When they said he killed the Brooklyn cat, but it's crazy because he's rolling dice with Brooklyn cats. You know what I'm saying? But you know, everybody is not gonna go to war for you, so I couldn't blame Aunt Murder and them. See, I was outside for all that, Beast. This is not me just jumping on, because my when I first came on YouTube, it wasn't about Alpo. You know what I'm saying? Hell yeah, my name UFO Feed. I know it's family, bro. This is what I'm trying to say. I know it's family. I still understand. I remember. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna break this down to you, right? UFO Feed one with Fat Joe. Go on Fat Joe page, UFO Feed. You see one with Terror Squad. You know what I'm saying? We all family. You dig what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? Jefferson Projects, bro, say. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And that's all that was. But not sticking on the topic. Let's go back. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know. So my channel wasn't based on. Definitely shout out to N-Team Smokes in the building. You heard? You know what I'm saying? My channel wasn't based off that, to be honest with you. I just was going through a, you know what I'm saying? Definitely Cloud Chase was interviewing me, asking me questions about the man and yo son. You know what I'm saying? On the East Side, he wasn't like that. You know what I'm saying? Not in the bad way. He used to box. He was cool. I had a chance to speak about East Harlem history, because a lot of times people don't speak about the East. You know what I'm saying? But definitely shout out to everybody on the east side. I can honestly say the people I'm speaking about, I've been around. I hung around. I ate in the same restaurants with them. That's the difference. A lot of dudes just talking to be talking. But you know what's, but you know what, Beast? You know, like I said, it's not about going against this content. That's what he wants to do. But he's talking as a fan. You can be as funny as you want. You know what I'm saying? But let's get to the reality. Definitely shout out to my man. You know what I'm saying? Like we was around, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Now, What You Jacket said something happened in Harlem. Now, this is weird, some deep stuff, right? Me and What You Jacket was having a conversation, right? And it was talking about hip hop, right? And cause, you know what I'm saying? In the conversation in hip hop, we started going to the original origins of it, and he's doing this. He's actually doing his due diligence. He's soon gonna do something on it. What my question is, I really want to find out, was hip hop big in Europe before it really hit? Like before it really blew in the United States of America. Because I remember the people that was doing the documentaries, a lot of them was Europeans. So was hip hop really big in Europe, as in the visual steps, as in having visuals of hip hop before it really blew in America? And I think that's how they do that. Hip hop was more marketable, that we could make money off of, because I think that Europe was the taste test. Because Bambaataa had the first hip hop movement, but he's actually like the godfather or the second in command of that techno music stuff. You know what I'm saying? So we just do our due diligence on that, and it's following why African Bambaataa is so strong in Europe. You know what I'm saying? You hear me? But talking back about now we're getting back to the blocks, right? There was a bunch of, let me tell you something, man. When you speak about Fritz, right? Rest in peace to that man. That was a black man, like they said, that was unheard of, a black man that was able to even pass 30 bricks to somebody. That was unheard of. Definitely at that time. You wasn't mobbed up, or you wasn't messing with a guy named Miguel. That was unheard of. So what Fritz was doing, he really was a lot of those names that y'all hear plugs when they come to Uptown. You know what I'm saying? The dudes that couldn't go see Juan, the dudes that couldn't go see the Lucchese's or the Genovese. He was their plug. So you got to think about how much money in the beginning of the era that Fritz was making. Now the difference is with Fritz era is, the difference with Fritz era is, oh, peace. You know what I'm saying? The difference with Fritz era is, it was the beginning of something new. So did cocaine have a decline? We can say, yeah, there was a decline in it a little bit, because a lot of people that was sniffing coke began to smoke it. So of course it had a decline. So the dudes that was killing them, selling $10 bottles and of 0.2s and 0.1s, you know the game, you know the numbers. Don't give somebody 0.1 off a gram, you may bag up 120, 140. Now the game was declining because most of Slim Slam, you hit on the nose, because most of the people that was sniffing, started smoking. So now Fritz is cleaning the streets. When I first went to Albany in 89, that was like the beginning of their crack era. Yo, whew, it was crazy. So now you gotta think about the numbers dudes was doing. You give somebody 0.2 for $30, 0.5 for $100. Or out of town, you may make $200 or $180 off a Grizzy. This is what crack did. So of course the people that were selling coke, they had to, if you ain't go with the crack flow, some dudes like some of the older Puerto Ricans, they stood on a square. $50 for a half a gram, $100 a gram, you know what I'm saying? But that's how the game went. So you gotta understand that when you have somebody like Fritz that stood out as a plug, he was the plug. So now he's hitting Rich. So what you think, he's just hitting Rich? Rich was hitting others. So we don't know if that 30 brick deal he gave them, that might have been their normal numbers, son. That might have been the numbers that they was actually doing. You understand what I'm saying? That might have been their normal number. Yo, get the nigga 30. Yo, get your brother back. Take this 30. Don't worry about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to hit you with another 30. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that was that might have been their number. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't going to lie to you. He hit a lot of dudes that was coming up top. Yo, let me tell you something. Fritz work at that time went as far as Buffalo. Because I knew some dudes that was fucking with him that was in Buffalo. You know what I'm saying? You talk about Buffalo. You know what I'm saying? Dudes was fully physically coming uptown to come see either him or his squad. That's how the game went. So, it was a different transition. So there was some dudes that was mad, of course. You know what I'm saying? Because dudes that was getting that powder money, they either had to go with the flow or fold. You know what I'm saying? Or you had your clientele, because a lot of the people stopped sniffing and they started smoking. And I remember by 88, it was an epidemic. 88, no. I ain't gonna front. When Kevin Shaw said 1990, I have to go back into my archives. I ain't gonna lie. 88, 89, 90, it was really an epidemic. Like, it was real bad in these streets in New York. Definitely in New York, it was bad. It was disgusting. You know what I'm saying? Like. You really see cheese lines of people buying crack. And we're talking about giving people 0.2s, 0.3s, and all the weird numbers. You know what I'm saying? Them short numbers. People was paying for old 25s, $10. Imagine that. Salute. Exactly. It was still around, though. Don't get it twisted. Dudes were still getting yayed up, but it wasn't as important as, like I said, you go to Broadway. You know what I'm saying? Let's think about it. You go to Broadway, you couldn't walk past 135th and Broadway and Amsterdam, Hamilton, all them places without getting mobbed. You was getting attacked, snatched. Come here, stupid. Yo, we got it for... Those Dominicans was crazy. They had every Dominican... You see Dominicans on corners from 135th and Broadway all the way to the end of Washington Heights. The game, it was crazy. That's a mob full of Dominicans. Those corners, about the early 90s, you know what I'm saying? So, it's all about may the best man win, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of winners in the game. If they want to say OG Wan, allegedly, he won in the game. He was able to, not to get $1 million years, but help fund, but be a part of something great with Rock Nation or Rockefeller. Everything take baby steps. Don't ever be a fool to the game, man. You understand what I'm saying? Debbie shout out to those in bad, you know what I'm saying? You know, my man Rock City, my man UFO Fever. Check the content. Listen to this stuff. Some of my early content. That's what I'm saying. When your community shows up, it's real. Like I told you, when I knew UFO Fever, he was a kid. I know his uncles. I know his pops. You know what I'm saying? If you know about TK8, then you should know the rest. You know what I'm saying? This is neighborhood hood things. This is why I speak upon my hood and my hood loves me. This is why. Because I don't have to sit on here and try to be a comedian and try to be funny and just try to prove myself to be right. Definitely shout out to Chicago Finest, because that's what this is about, man. It's okay. Like I just told you, right? The point scale, 025, But that's why I said dudes don't understand the game. There's dudes that never had to leave New York that was taking out-of-town money. Out-of-town money. Why am I going out of town for? I'm doing that here. We're talking about, there was a time when crack cost in New York City $20 a bag, $30. It depends on where you was at. You had to Exactly. You had dudes that was going to 34th Street, not 134th Street, but 34th Street, hustling like they was in fucking Jersey, bro. 34th Street, 42nd Street. You had dudes that was going downtown, 23rd Street. All of them, they had those crack hotels downtown. Remember downtown, the crack hotels on the west side, by 14th Street, 12th Street. Crack down there went for $20. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all remember, what's that hotel by 34th Street by Macy's? There was crack, there was mad spots, 34th Street, 23rd Street, not 123rd Street, 23rd Street, by 23rd Street. There was a spot by 34th Street, by 36th Street. Yes. Man, we talking about the 80s. We talking about 87, 88, 89. That's why there was mad dudes that was getting money downtown. When they say downtown, they say those blocks. It was now down there, a $5 bottle in the projects or a tray went for $20. $20, $15. So only uptown where it was saturated with competition, dudes had to lower the bottle unless you had buttered pecan. You had dudes that was making more money going to 34th Street. Come on, bro. The streets of New York, we talk about it ever with Rich, and all of them was outside. So everybody ate. It's just where you ate at. It's how you ate. $20 bottles downtown. We're talking about downtown Manhattan. We're not talking about downtown 134. We're talking about 34th Street, 38th Street. Dudes are selling shit. You know what I'm saying? You had dudes that was making more money a day downtown than they was making uptown. Dudes was dying for blocks like 23rd Street. Come on, bro. That's why it was two different scenes. Y'all seen the rooftop scene and the Woody Burger scene, then you seen the downtown scene, the Chelsea areas, the Upper West Side areas, we talk about the areas, right? This is New York. Y'all hear about classic New York. We talk about 8th Avenue, 12th Avenue. There was a million hookers all off the West Side Highway. It was crazy. You know what I'm saying? It was crazy, man. So this is why we get into these. So like I said, man, it's just about the culture and dealing with the reality and what is what and who is who. We don't have to sit here all day and be comedians and be funny and try to, because at the end of the day, I'm Zeke Black. I can honestly say I've been to Mark 125. I can honestly say I've been to Dapper Dan. I can honestly say that I've been to Mr. G's. I can honestly say, he wasn't the only one riding bikes. There was a bunch of other dudes that was riding bikes. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Houston Street. Dennis, what's... So you had dudes that didn't have to leave Manhattan. Exactly. We talking about New York. We talking about classic New York. You want to talk about New York and all the rich guys and the guys you want to look up to? There was a bunch of dudes that was getting money downtown. Bunch of dudes that had more money than some of your idols. But you ain't know them because they wasn't mingling at the rooftop. Everybody wasn't going to the rooftop. You had that rink shit. You want to catch dudes? Go to Jersey, the rink. You had you had Bentleys. You had the Shadow. You had the Red Parrot. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. Come on, man. Come on, bro. That's classic New York, I'm telling you right there. Wow, you had players like Rich Porter still alive. You had players like AZ ain't get hit in the head yet. You had the spots that was popping already. But everybody didn't go to the rooftop. The rooftop thing was just like, it was like a speed crowd. The rooftop was a speed crowd that just blew up. Shout out to K-Born, man. So we in the building, man. I got to get back to work. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate y'all, you know what I'm saying? Appreciate this chat. This, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. So peace. Salute to you, though. I'm saying I'm just breaking something down. There's a difference between being an outsider and just talking and being funny, and then being somebody who deals with it in real time. You heard? With that being said, 21 gun salute. Shout out to the East Side. You heard? Exactly. They don't be knowing, bro. What you think? That's why dudes like go out of town. I go to, you know what I'm saying? Dudes wasn't tough enough to stay in New York. So a lot of dudes that went out of town, they wasn't tough. Don't get it twisted. A lot of dudes wasn't tough enough. That's why when dudes went out of town, there's a million Brooklyn cats because they was tough. Brooklyn cats that was going out of town was running from bodies and all type of shit. Shout out Baby Sam and all of them, man. Exactly. With that being said, man, shout out to the East Harlem, the East Side, Hilltop. We here. You know what I'm saying? When you talk to me right, man. Or don't talk at all, bro. When you talk about Zeke Black, I was around for all that. This Chicago finest. We in the building. With that being said, peace.